When bands from around here go on tour in America, they're like, "Where are you from?" Southampton, and they go, "Oh, we'll join us." It's internationally renowned as one of the best kind of touring venue at 200 capacity. So, how many stadium bands are left in the UK? It's like Muse, Ed Sheeran, Biffy Clyro, maybe. And the majority of them have all played here at some point on their way up. The venue's always struggled because it's so expensive to run. Every element of it, you know, before you even pay the staff, it's like $4,500 a month before you sell one ticket. So I kind of was doing my own shows and my own promotion outside of this in bigger venues. So I was like, well, why don't we just carry like the indie stuff and the acoustic folk stuff and whatever to as big as we possibly can in the city. The idea behind that is that we go into like an Engine Rooms or 865 or Talking Heads. We make a bit of money. Obviously, we pay to hire the venue. We make a bit of profit. We reinvest that back into the joiners, so we can get new microphones and leads and paint and whatever we need essentially to sustain this space, because this is our home for. It's the home for a lot of musicians from a lot of different countries. They feel welcome here. It's really cool. It's really cool to be able to give them a platform, and people can come and be like, "Holy shit, this band's from Japan! Holy shit, this band's from," you know. But we're bringing them here, and the people of Southampton can just come here and see it all. You know, try to bring people from everywhere. And the last week you had an American band, South Korean band from Norway. We're in Southampton. We're not in I'm aware. I've been doing this for ages. We're not in London or Brighton or Bristol or Manchester or Glasgow, where you have these massive engaging culture communities. We don't have that in Southampton or Portsmouth or Bournemouth really. So we have to like fight and struggle to get shows here. People will only go to stuff if they think the band are about to become big or they're already pre-established. Why are people not supporting them before they get to that point? The younger crowd wants stuff that's cool, and nothing's cool until other people are telling you it's cool. It's not cool, and that's what it is. It's like, so people won't take a risk on new bands. It sucks. Before I was here, everything was kind of between £4 and £8 a ticket. And I was like, well, why don't we just start bringing in bigger bands and do £15 tickets? People would much rather see their favourite band in a small venue like this. You pay the band more, take them out of a bigger venue, bump the ticket price up, and people, like hardcore fans, want to see that intimacy. They want to be able to watch the band play. They want a barrier between you and them, and they want to be a participant. They don't want to be a bystander. There's like a massive difference when it comes to that. And obviously our system's crazy good for a 200 cap venue. You got the lights are better than pretty much any other 200 cap venue I've been to in the country, and the sound is it's punching way above its weight. But that's because I want it to be like that. We want that as the joiners family. We know this has always had that about it. So if you remove that from the equation, it becomes just another venue, but it has a huge history. But to me, getting every element of the show right means that the gig goers leave and they're like, fuck, that was amazing. To the people that are engaged in the live music, it means like the world to them really. It's odd because you've been here 50 years, you get like people who came here when they were 16 who are still coming here now they're 50, and they bring their 12-year-old, 15-year-old kid with them. So like seeing that is amazing, and they can be like, this is where I used to come when I was a kid, and this is that we're still doing it, and to them it's a massive community vibe. It's stuff's sold out. We'll try and find a way to get people in. We're not going to be like deal with it, especially if it's regulars that come here the whole time. We'll like guest list them or get them in some way. It means, I think it means a lot to a lot of different people, but equally it means nothing to a lot of people in Southampton, which is mad. List off like 10 of the biggest bands in the world that have played here at some point. So the fact that people just ignore it, or they just choose to be like, oh, I didn't realise that place was still open. I was like, Southampton's not even that big. So how can you be that boring as a human being? You don't realise. Talking Heads is gone. they kind of lost their promoter, some politics going on, and then it's just proof of how hard it is to like keep a venue going. They shut the one down up in Portswood because like location-wise it was terrible, and then they moved it right next to the train station, and it still didn't work. They lasted 2.5 years, but the fact that's gone, it just leaves this massive hole, and it means that the city will lose shows. So the shows will go to Bournemouth or to Portsmouth in a more convenient sized venue, because the booking agents, the management of the band aren't going to jump to 500. They're just not going to want to. They want to do 300-400 capacity. So they'll look for those capacity venues, and if they don't exist, the shows don't come here. It's literally that simple. And then you can't like I'll go, oh, why don't you just put it in the joiners? And you go, well, 100 tickets at like a tenner, that's an extra grand. Where are we going to get? We can't just give a band an extra grand of money that isn't there to make them play here. It doesn't work. The general public need a better understanding of why these places are closing. But it's not just that people are not going. There's like things like, you know, you need to support a venue and just go. Like people in Brighton, I've done shows in Brighton loads. People just go out on the night and you get like 40 people just turn up and pay. It never happens in Southampton. It's a challenge. Sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you lose a lot of money. Sometimes you make a bunch. So it's essentially like you're walking into a casino sometimes and slamming down £1,000 of black and then just crossing your fingers that if you sell enough tickets, you'll make that money back. But what people don't understand is if we don't sell those tickets, then we have to find that money from somewhere. And we're an independent business. We don't have sponsorship, we don't have conglomerate, we don't have anything. We can't rely on anybody else. It's just us, and we rely on gig goers to come here to survive. Because one of the main issues, business rates shutting down venues everywhere. So obviously the Tories put the business rates up for a lot of venues, especially in London, like Lexington went up like 70, 80 grand. But now on the new budget, they're allowing independent music venues a third rebate on the business rates, which brings it down by like $4 grand a year or something, which is massive. Future, it's looking brighter. We're not going to book stuff that you're not going to walk in and go, holy shit, this band are amazing.
They really were too